Oh, okay. This is Mr. Yanli. Hello, Mr. Yanli. Good afternoon, Jakarta time, yeah. But since you are based in Vietnam, I think there's no time difference, yeah, with Indonesia, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a honor for us, for me also, that the TPIsoftware can share about this theme, the API-led innovation in Internet of Things and smart buildings. I give you the screens so you can share your presentation. After that, we will discuss more about the solution and the audience. Bapak Ibu rekan-rekan, silakan nanti apabila ada pertanyaan, sampaikan pertanyaan Anda di kolom chat. Silakan langsung bisa berinteraksi. Nanti saya atau Amanda bisa membantu mentranslate pertanyaan Bapak Ibu rekan-rekan sekalian ya. Silakan Mr. Yanli, the screen is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Amanda, for the nice introduction. So, hello everyone. Thank you for your interest and time to join with us in this session. So, in the two previous sessions, we TPI introduced how the API support the healthcare and finance industry. And so today, I would like to talk about how the API and the IoT change the way we live and work. So the agenda for today is the intersection of the API and IoT. The second is how the API and IoT empower the smart building. The third is the trend and the future of the smart building. And the last is the challenge and the requirement of a successful API management platform. So let's start with the intersection of API and IoT. So the intersection between the API and IoT is rapidly grow that offers a wide range of possibilities for business and organization. The API or the application programming interface allow the software application to communicate and share the data with each other, making it easier to integrate and automate different systems. On the other hand, the IoT or the Internet of Things refers to a network of devices that are connected to the Internet, allowing them to share the data and communicate with each other. So by combining these two technologies, business and organization can create more powerful and efficient system. For example, the IoT device can collect the data from the physical world, and the API can use to analyze and use that data in real time, making it easier to monitor and control different systems. This can have a wide range of applications from manufacturing to logistics to agriculture to smart home and cities. So a part of what makes the API so important is the ability to connect application to device, either singly or in aggregate. A connected car has an app that can unlock the door. For example, the Fitbit API might allow a sport ring vendor to send the promotion to the athlete. So without the API, there will be a large gap between the things and the internet, or more precisely, there's a hard gap, a large gap between the thing and the user application. And this gap is very hard to pass. And here is another view of the Internet of Things, where we can see more clearly how the sensor, the backend, and the application can communicate with each other, and why the API is important. Which many group consists of various types of IoT device. We need a different service and feature to manage them and to make them work together, such as register or cover the device, manage the device, manage the data, manage the security, and so on. So API provides the easiest way for all the software and the hardware to communicate with each other. So for example, in the smart home scenario, the IoT device such as a smart thermostat, such as a smart light, such as smart lock can be controlled via API. So for instance, a user can use a mobile app to control the temperature of their home by sending an API request to the smart thermostat, for example. The other scenario in the healthcare wearable is a wearable device such as the fitness tracker and smartwatch collect the data such as the heart rate and steps taken, which can be transmitted to a backend server via APIs. The backend server then can use this data to provide a personalized health recommendation to the user. And for the smart city, the IoT device such as the traffic sensor and the smart street lights can send the data to a central system via API. This can be used to optimize the traffic flow, to reduce the energy consumption, and to improve overall city efficiency. And for example, in industrial sensor, in industrial setting, a sensor I use to monitor equipment and process in real time, collecting the data such as the temperature, the pressure, and vibration. This data is often sent to the backend system via API, and where it can be analyzed to identify the pattern and predict when the equipment is likely to fail. So this is known as the predictive maintenance. Yeah. So it's kind of a wide range of application for the API and IoT. So let's look closer to a part of the IoT world, the smart building, which has grown rapidly these years, and see how the API and the IoT empower the smart building operation. So the integration of the API and IoT has revolutionized the way the smart building operates. The API allows for seamless communication between different devices and systems, where the IoT sensor enable the real-time data collection and analysis. The result is more efficient, cost-effective, and sustainable building. So one of the key benefits of using API in smart building is the ability to connect disparate system and device, such as the HVAC, such as the lighting, such as the security, and the other building system. The API provides a standardized and effective way for the system to communicate to each other, allowing the automated control and optimization. For example, again, a sensor can detect where or when a room is occupied, and then the HVAC and lighting system can automatically adjust the light temperature and ventilation, reducing the energy waste and cost. The IoT sensor play a critical role in gathering data on the building operation and environment condition. And the API provide a seamless communication. So the sensor can monitor the temperature, humidity, occupancy, and other factors. Then the API transport these data that can be used to optimize building operation, improve the energy efficiency, and enhance occupant comfort. For example, the sensor can detect when a room is occupied and adjust the lighting and temperature accordingly. So it improves the comfort level of occupant. So also the combination of the API and IoT sensor also enable the predictive maintenance, such as collecting and analyzing data from sensor. The building manager can identify potential problems before they occur. This allows for proactive maintenance and repair, reducing the downtime and also reducing the cost. And in addition to operational benefits, the API and IoT also have potential to enhance occupant experience. The API can be used to connect smart devices such as thermostat, such as a lighting system, with our own application or third-party assistant like the Amazon Alexa or the Google Assistant, which is voice activated. So this allowed occupants to control their environment with a simple voice command, making their experience more convenient and personalized. So with the two main characteristics, the seamless communication and the real-time data collection, the API plus the IoT brings the benefit to the building owner and operator, like the improved energy efficiency, So by integrating the building system and sensor through the API, the building manager can better monitor and automatically control the energy consumption. This can help to reduce the waste and optimize the energy usage, leading to a significant cost saving. The second benefit is it makes a better asset management. Like the IoT sensor can provide the real-time data on the performance and condition of the building assets, like HVAC system or elevator or lighting. And this can help the building manager to better manage and maintain these assets, so leading to a longer lifespan and reduce the downtime. The next benefit is it enhances the safety and security. Like the IoT sensor can monitor for potential safety and security hazards, such as the fire or unauthorized asset. Then API can be used to integrate the sensor with building security system, allowing for real-time alert and automatic response. Another benefit is increased sustainability. Like the APIs and IoT can help to make the building more sustainable by enabling more efficient use of the resource, reduce waste, and improve the environmental performance. It also provides a better data insights by gathering and analyzing data from the IoT sensor. Building manager can gain a valuable insights into the building operation and occupant behavior, so it can help to identify the area for improvement and optimize the building performance over time. And beside the building owner or operator, it also benefits the occupant, like increasing the convenience and control. Right, an API can be used to create a mobile app or other user interface that allow the building occupant to control various aspects of the environment, such as lighting, temperature, security. It can provide a more personalized and convenient experience for the building user. The API plus IoT also bring the improved comfort for the occupant by using the IoT sensor to monitor and adjust environment conditions, such as the temperature and humidity, and so on. The building can be optimized for occupant comfort, and this can lead to increase the productivity and certification among the building occupants. Another benefit is enhance the safety and security. Yeah. The IoT sensor can be used to monitor for potential safety hazards, such as fire or gas leak, and the API can be used to provide the real-time alert and notification to building occupants, so allowing them to take action to ensure their safety. It also brings greater transparency and communication. Like the API can be used to provide the building occupant with real-time data and insight into the building operation and performance. So it can help to build the trust and the transparency between the building owner and occupant, and it enables a more effective communication. It also improves the sustainability. Like the APIs and IoT can be used to promote sustainable practice, such as reducing energy consumption and waste, and this can help to create a more sustainable environment for building occupant and for the broader community. And so the question here is it mandatory to have an API? The answer is no. It's like in the early day, the IoT has its own way. Many protocols such as SNMP, such as Modbus, such as Zigbee, and many various data formats was used in IoT and smart buildings. But they have some serious limitations. The first is they are proprietary. The protocol and data formats are designed and owned by specific manufacturers or vendors. They are often closed and not public available, which makes it difficult for other companies or developers to implement them. This creates a situation where a device from a different vendor are incompatible with each other, and the data they share cannot be easily shared or integrated into the other system. The second limitation is some of the protocol and data format used in IoT and smart building was quite complex. It requires a significant expertise to design, to implement, and to maintain. This complexity made it difficult for developer and engineer to create an interoperable system that could communicate with each other seamlessly. Finally, the lack of interoperability was a significant issue in the early days of the IoT system. Many devices and sensors use different protocol and data format, making it difficult to integrate them into a larger system. This means that many IoT systems were limited in scope and in functionality, as they could not effectively share the data or work together with the other system. And because of those difficulties, it requires a significant expertise to design, to implement, to maintain. And one of the consequences is the pricing for the solution is quite high. That's why it couldn't widely spread and the adoption was very slow. And also the challenge also highlighted the need for a simpler, more standardized protocol and data formats that could be easily implemented and integrated into a wide range of IoT and smart building systems. MQTT and RESTful API were developed to address these challenges and provide a more streamlined, interoperable approach to IoT and smart building communication. So the introduction of standardized communication protocols such as MQTT and the widespread adoption of RESTful APIs made it easier for developers to integrate various building systems and devices into a unified system and solve a various problems as a modern system model here, such as it provides flexibility and interoperability. The APIs provide a flexible and interoperable way to connect and integrate various IoT devices and systems within a smart building ecosystem. And by using the API, the smart building solution can communicate and share the data with the other system or with the other platform, making it easier to manage and control different aspects of the building operation. The second is the real-time data access. The API can provide a real-time access to sensor data from a smart device within the building. So it enables the building manager to monitor and analyze the building performance in real time. It also provides the predictive maintenance, and all of this leads to a cost saving. There are several technical advantages of using API in IoT power smart building, including the standardization. The API provides a standardized way to communicate between device and system and allowing the interoperability between the different device and application. It also provides a scalability. In that, the APIs allow for easy integration of new device and application and making it easier to scale up and expand the smart building ecosystem. It also gives the flexibility as the API enable the developer to create custom application and integration and giving the building owner and manager a greater flexibility in how they will use and how they control their smart building system. It also provides the efficiency as the API can automate and streamline many tasks such as the building maintenance, such as the energy maintenance, energy management, and security monitoring, making the building more efficient and reducing costs. It also gives a better user experience, like the API enable the developer to create mobile application and other interface that give occupant a greater control over their environment and improve their experience. Also, it provides the data analytics. As the API can provide a real-time data and analytics, enable the building manager to optimize the building performance, to make a decision quicker, and so on. Moreover, the API allow the smart building to connect to a bigger ecosystem, including like smart city, smart government facility, and smart service. So if we imagine all the IoT work like a body, then the API is like the blood vessel, and it carries the data to feed every single cell of that body, which is the IoT elements. So we now hear about the importance of the API to the IoT world. So now let's have a quick check to the trend and the market potential to see if the industry worth our investment. Here is some past statistics and prediction. So the report says that in around 2000 years, smart building technology was still in its infancy and was primarily used in a large commercial building and industrial facility. There was not yet a widespread market for smart building solution, and adoption is low. 10 years after that, in the 2010, the market for the smart building technology began to grow rapidly, and it's driven by the advance in the IoT and cloud computing, as well as the increased focus of the people on sustainability and energy. And in the next 4 years, like in the 2014, according to a report by Granville Research, the global smart building market was valued at 7.4 billion, and is expected to reach 43.4 billion by 2025, with a compound annual growth rate at around 23%. Let's pay attention to the prediction, and we will see something really like interesting later on. Another report by the Navigant Research predicted that the global market for the smart building technology will grow from 8.5 billion in 2015 and expect to have like 20 billion in 2024 with a CAGR of like 10%. Another report by the market, the global smart building market size was valued at like 66 billion in 2020 and projected to reach more than 100 billion by 2025. And also the CAGR is around just 10% from 2020 to 2025. We can see the report and especially the prediction were quite different, and the CAGR is humble at around just 10%. So that is the past prediction, and let's see what is it in the recent in the reality. So this is the latest report we can get. So as we remember, in 2014, the most optimistic prediction number were just around 43 billion in 2025. But in this report, we can see in 2021, we already reached the number at the double scale at the 73 billion. And the new prediction now for 2025 is around like more than 100 billion. This market is still in its early stage due to some difficulty, such as it needs an ecosystem like telecommunication network, like the technology advancement to lower down the price, like the AI and the big data to become more popular for better analysis and prediction, and so on. But the potential is so obvious. Although the period from 2020 till now, we are facing the COVID pandemic and the economy recession. But the IoT and the smart building field is still keep growing in a low rate, but still growing. And now, as we can see, the development of the telecommunication technology, the AI, the big data are really more popular. So more and more smart and automated but low price device appear in the market. So we can believe the tipping point of this market is very, very near. But we all know that every opportunity has its own challenge. Let's take a closer look to a single IoT device. We can see the API even exists in every IoT device, especially the new generation device. And according to a report, we currently have more than 14 billion connected devices to the internet and expected to have more than 27 billion or more device by 2025. So we can imagine a huge number of APIs needed for this, and the challenge is quite clear now. We need an effective API management to manage all the all these API. I would like to go back to this modern architecture again. In this model, there are two key things. The first is to collect and utilize the data. The second is the communication between the end user application with the device and the device with the device. So to achieve that, we need a lot of connection from the IoT endpoint here and the application here. And now with the help of the API management, this becomes easier. These are several identified challenges, such as the interoperability. The smart building often involve multiple systems and devices from different manufacturers, which can make it difficult to ensure the interoperability between these systems. So the API can help to address this challenge by providing a standardized way to communicate and share the data between different systems, but still ensure the compatibility but to ensuring the compatibility can still be a little challenge. The second is about the security. The IoT device and the API can create a new security vulnerability for smart buildings, particularly if they are not properly secure or managed. A certain IoT security concerns are hard to forget, such as the IoT botnet, but the others might not come to mind as easily, including the DNS threat and physical device attacks. The building manager needs to ensure that all the devices and systems are properly secure and that they have the necessary security protocol and policy in place to protect against the cyber attack. The third is about the data privacy. The smart building collect and process a large amount of data on building operation and occupant behavior, which can raise a privacy concern. Building manager need to ensure that they are collecting the data in transparent and ethical manner, and that they are complying with relevant data privacy regulation. The next challenge is integration. Integrating the API and IoT device into the existing building system and processes can be challenging, especially the systems are outdated or not designed with integration in mind. Building manager needs to carefully plan and execute the integration strategy to ensure that all the systems are working together smoothly. Another thing to concern is the scalability and the flexibility, like the number of API and the number of the connected service or the number of connected partner. Also, the number of the end user are exponentially growing. We also think about the maintenance and support. The API and IoT device require ongoing maintenance and support to ensure that they are operating effectively and efficiently. Building manager needs to have the necessary resource and process in place to manage and support the system over a long term. And another concern is the local regulation regarding the data privacy, regarding the local standard, or regarding the government system, and etc. So we need an API management platform that's strong enough but also flexible enough to overcome all these challenges. So as we have developed our own API management platform, so that we think an API management should provide this mechanism, such as a composer to transform the API protocol and data format to ensure the interoperability and the integration method. It also needs to provide a set of security standards and authentication authorization mechanism to enhance the security, also to protect the data privacy. It also needs a flexible architecture to ensure the scalability and the flexibility. It should have the highly customizable ability to adapt with the maintenance requirement, as well as to comply with the local regulation. And also the other optional feature, such as the load balancing, such as the priority setting, such as the red flag deployment to easily upgrade or to easily update the new feature. It also need to provide some kind of like non-blocking mechanism to when we have many API that run simultaneously. For example, we can transform the API easily by drag and drop and low-code method with various built-in functions which support MQTT as well as the other protocol. It can be a great advantage. It also provides the other ability, such as anti-hacking protection, such as the data caching, such as the parallel processing, such as the resource management for a large volume of concurrent tasks, and so on. The other characteristic that is also important is the traffic control with VIP priority or comprehensive monitoring and alert method. These characteristics of an API management will help us manage the whole API lifecycle at ease, from creation to controlling, using, and analyzing. So with the explosion of the technology these days, many concepts of a smart living environment will come to life. In recent days, it's possible that we are using smart building or IoT facility without being fully aware of it. For example, many modern buildings have integrated smart system for lighting, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, which are often managed by automated system. And this system can adjust the setting based on a factor like occupancy, like time of the day, like the ambient temperature, and which can result in increased energy efficient and cost saving. In addition, many home appliances such as smart thermostat, such as smart lock, such as smart security system, or even the vacuum robot are becoming more popular and accessible, allowing the homeowner to manage their home remotely via a mobile application or voice assistant. So these devices often utilize the IoT technology to communicate with each other and provide the real-time data and improve the functionality and efficiency. So also in a wider scale, such as the connection between the smart building and smart city, like we can see an energy saving system of the building connect to the city energy supplier to make a better power allocation. Another example is an end-to-end smart building or smart living or smart city service driven by the IoT ecosystem for the electric vehicle owners. For example, in this scenario, we imagine that we have a scenario which has several parking space with charger, and then when an electric vehicle owner connect to the charger, an OCR sensor identify which car is parked and using the EV charger. The IoT hub then collect the data from the EV charger, and the central control at the EV charger provider receive the metric from the IoT hub, and then a central control at a car park service provider receive the metric from the IoT hub, and then the EV owner pay each time with the credit card and or mobile payment or city travel card, etc. So the third-party payment service settle billing with the EV charger facility provider and the car park space provider. So in this case, all the whole system with different parts make the charging activity of the electric vehicle owner very smoothly and very easy. And so that from that, we can expect a very fruitful market in the near future. And the API is the one of the essential part of this whole picture. Also requires us to carefully choose the right management platform to maximize its potential. So before finishing this session, I would like to have a few minutes to quickly introduce our product set, the DG Fusion. The DG Fusion consists of a set of products such as the DG Runner, as the API management, such as the DG Log, as the log management, that can help you effectively manage the API and log, as well as the powerful and flexible integration ability. We TPI also have the presence around the region, such as in our head office is in Taiwan, but we also had a presence in Japan, in Vietnam, in Thailand, in Singapore, and in Indonesia. We also recognize internationally with various awards and recognition, such as we got the award by Financial Times 2 years in a row, 2022 and 2023. We also recognized by the IDC, or we are also recognized by the partner, other recognition and other award. You can view more information about us and our works on website, on the LinkedIn, or on the Facebook. So we have the QR code here for you easily to scan and visit our site for more information. Also, in order to serve you better, we would like to do a mini survey. So please join us by scanning the survey QR code here, and then fill in and submit it to get a chance to win a cash voucher. So the 2 winners will be selected and announced on our company Instagram. So basically, that's all my sharing about the API and the IoT, and how much important for an API management platform to support or to ensure ecosystem can work effectively. So thank you for listening, and we are looking forward to building something great with you. Thank you.
Okay.
I forgot. Sorry, I forgot one thing. If there's any inquiry, we also have our representative, Chris Garzorios here, with the contact information here. So in case that you have any inquiry, or in case that you have any thing to discuss, so please contact ASD Info. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Yanli. Oke, jadi kita akan masuk ke Q&A. Saya sebentar lihat ada, I think we have some question in bahasa and also in English ya, Yanli. Okay, this is the first question from Judia Jordan. How about the security in API in IoT? Security in API, how you make sure the API? Yeah, go ahead.
To talk about the security regarding API or IoT or of many platforms, so it's kind of many layers of security that we need to deploy or we need to ensure, such as the first is the security of the IoT device itself. The second is we have to secure the way that the device and the next node, like the next system, connect directly to the device. We need to think a way to secure the transmission between them. The next is we also need to have an effective security method for the system itself. And then again, we have to ensure the security between all those systems or all those modules or all those subsystems inside an ecosystem. So talking about the security, it's a very wide range, it's a very wide field, and in each layer, such as the security for the device, or such as the security for the transmission, or such as the self-defense or the self-security for the system. So they will have kind of many things, they kind of many product or many solutions out there to ensure our security. So in short, I think we need to discuss like quite more specifically or more more specifically if we have a specific model or we have a specific architecture, so that we can check and so that we can suggest a better security method, a better security solution for each part of the whole system.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, Yanli, I think how to secure when you're capturing the data, how to secure when you transmit the data, and how you secure when you're processing the data, right?
Correct.
Let's see other question, yeah. Okay, this is from Pak Daniel Sianturi. Pak Daniel Sianturi. Is it all can be integrated? The platform can be integrated for many devices or many brands, for example, Honeywell, Philips, Control4, Simon, CTC, even the China smart home product, home-based product. Is it possible that can integrate also with the SCADA? So this API is integrating them, or a platform on top of the API will integrating them? Yanli.
It's like talking about the integration. We are kind of we don't worry about the branch. We just worry about like several things like the old and the new device. For example, the device that is produced, that is manufactured by like 5 years ago. Maybe they are lack of the API ability, or maybe some very simple. Some IoT device is very simple. They are just a simple circuit board, something like that. And normally those device they also require a central hub to connect, to convert the signal. And there are two approach for this problem. The first is that central hub also already provide the API ability. Or the second, we need to do a custom hub, such as we can use like something like Raspberry or something to convert the signal and to make it like API available, something like that. And the other for the new system, such as from the other brand, from many brands from the new system, they also kind of embed the API inside, because as I can see in the market right now, even a very cheap and even a very like device for family, they also provide an app to control that device. And an application, a mobile application, is the evidence that that device is API enabled, things like that. And for the other signals, such as SCADA or something, we can approach it with the two strategy as I shared before. Like we can do a custom, if it can connect to the Ethernet, so we can do a custom modification to read, to understand the signal and integrate with the API management, or we will build a custom hub to transform the signal. Yes.
I see. Okay. I think the next question from Pak Ade. How about if something wrong with the programming? Something wrong with the programming in IoT programming? Can the API platform handle that or not?
Actually, the API is just like it's provide a standardized way to communicate between the system. So if we got a problem in the programming problem in the IoT, so the API cannot kind of the API cannot fix it because the purpose, because the role of the API is to transport the data, like to transport the data from the device to the backend system and to the application. So it can only transport as it is. It cannot fix the thing, or it can solve the problem of the device or something. Yeah, it can alert you, it can announce you, it can notice you about the problem of the device, but it cannot fix it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the next question. Okay, Pariko Rizaldi. I think it's more on the integration. I think no issue, yeah, for the integration, yeah. The question is, can your system collaborate with our organization? I think no issue, yeah. Okay, the next Daniel. Please explain what are the advantage of the API, your API compared to others API? Why we should use your API platform?
Actually in this scope of this sharing in this session, I just want to emphasize the importance of the API to the IoT and the importance of an API management. I don't have intent to compare our product to the other API management out there, because of course we are believe in our product, we are confident in our product, but we also know that the API management out there still have that strength point. So it depends on the situation, such as if your biggest concern now is about the data format and about the protocol, so our composer may be a good choice. Or if you are concerning about the traffic, something like that, like you have a huge lot of traffic, so maybe our distributor can also provide, or maybe some API management out there maybe they may do better than us. Or if you are looking for an SaaS service with a very light price, or easy to how to say base as we use, something like that, so maybe there are other lightweight API management out there may be more suitable. So it depends heavily on the situation, and we are kind of very open. We are willing to have a further discussion with you based on your specific need and based on your specific pain point, so that we can find a solution together. Yeah.
Okay, next. Is the system can be used for the home-based business, and what is the main hardware or the internet connection requirement to achieve the best result?
Actually, this solution is it's the API management. So wherever we have an API and wherever we have a need to manage the API effectively, so we can use it. Yeah.
So this will be on-prem or cloud?
It can support both. Talking about our product, the distributor, it can support like both. Like we can deploy it on premise, or we can deploy it on cloud, or we can deploy it hybrid. Yeah.
Okay. The next question, Pak Simon, Mr. Simon, your API anticipate the rapid changes of the new technology.
So the question is, do we still adapt with the rapid change of the technology, right?
Yeah.
It's very hard. It's overconfidence if we are saying that we are surely keep adapt with the new technology, because as we can know, the technology now is very fast and kind of like double or triple just 1 or 2 years. But this is our own product, and we have an R&D team is continuously researching the new thing, continually researching the changing, and so that we are trying our best to keep up with the with the change of the market and with the change of the technology. Such as currently we are paying attention to the AI, we are paying attention to the machine learning, we are also paying attention to many other things, many other trends of the world right now to make sure to try the best to adapt with the the market. Yeah.
Okay. I see other question. Yeah. Pandemi, I think this not related because here is not from Indonesia. Because in Indonesia we have some rules related to the local content and also the SNI certification.
So no problem, no problem. Even when we design system, and also because it's our own system and it can deploy on premise, so that we can give a high, we can ensure a high customizable, which is cannot be achieved by the SaaS service or something like that. Yeah. So we believe that we have enough room to customize our system to comply with the local standard or the local regulation or the local policy. Yeah.
Okay, I see other question from other platform. Yeah, Pak Agus Sumarno, is the monitoring has the dashboard to control if we want to use the access, the public will be using the public access or the private access here?
We can support both mode, like the public asset and private asset. It depends on how we arrange the API and how we arrange the permission. So that is not a problem at all. Yeah.
Yeah. The last one, Pak Muhammad Nur Salman. Is there any framework to implement the IoT that can be guidance for us? It is more on IoT. Is there any framework to implement the IoT that can be guidance for us?
Regarding this, as our expertise is about the API, so we are focusing on the API and how to manage the API. Regarding the IoT, I do have some research, but I think that I'm not sufficient enough to answer the question. So it's the best if I can have your contact information, such as email or something, so that we can discuss further with me or my team later on.
Yeah. Okay, I think about the IoT implementation or the IoT framework, it depends on the product itself normally. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all the question here. I should pass again to Amanda. Amanda, please.
Hello. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just want to say thank to everybody to join with us today, and I have very many kind of interesting questions, and hope that we can answer some of your concern. And really, this is a very large field, and it's very broad field, and with many application and many usage scenario. So in a scope of a session, I just can go like quite general like that, so that I hope that I will have another chance, I will have another opportunity to talk, like to dive deeper with you into some specific scenario. So I hope that we can I hope that we can build something big together. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hyun Lee. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Hyun. Thank you, Pak.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
everyone.
Dian.